Starts off slow, but it keeps you interested. Hello, welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host, Khaleel Ward. On this episode, I'll be talking about The Vast of Night. It's an Amazon Prime movie, and I just had to check it out. I seen it up there for a while, and I was like, why not? It takes place in 1950s New Mexico. You're really following two characters for the most part, Everett and Faye. Everett is a fast-talking kid. He works at the radio station. He seems to know everybody in this small town. When you're introduced to him, he shows up at the school, and he's just talking to everybody before this basketball game. Like, he has that disc jockey aura. Like, he just knows everybody. He talks to everybody, and he just is real fast with people. And then you have Faye. Faye is a switchboard operator for the town, and she's working with Everett because she gets the incoming calls, and then she sends it to Everett. Basically, while he's on the radio, this weird sound keeps interrupting Faye's job. She'll pick up a call, and then she'll hear this weird sound, and then she tells Everett about it, and he's like, okay, what did it sound like? She tries to break it down for him, and he's like, okay, that's a little weird. So he plays it on the air for people to hear, and then this guy calls in, and he starts telling this detailed story of where that sound comes from. And the movie is shot differently. Like, sometimes certain scenes, like when the camera pulls out, for a certain scene, it might start in like a grainy old TV screen, and then it'll like zoom in to a regular scene, and it looks really cool. Everything is real subtle. Again, it's fast paced in the beginning with when you're following Everett around as the camera's following him as he's talking to all these different people at the basketball game. And it's a small town, so the whole town is like at the game. So he's just talking to everybody, moving, and the camera's following him around. And it's then he talks with Faye, and he's helping her out, because she wants to interview people. And that's you see how they interact as characters with one another, how they talk to each other. That Faye respects him, and that he can talk to her a certain way, but he has respect for her as well. And it's a lot of dialogue. It's not much action. It's like a slow paced movie, but the dialogue is really interesting. And sometimes the camera will cut to black, as someone is talking. But it's so interesting. You're sitting there like, what is going to happen next in terms of the information that you're receiving as the audience. And then, the camera will come back in, and the character, you can see the character listening, and it's just like anticipating. And it's a lot of moments like that, sometimes focused on Everett, as he is at the radio station listening, and he's just like, he's only asking one or two questions, but the dialogue, the information he's getting is so good. The script is really tight. It's really well done. And, as the characters keep interacting with, different people that's calling in, you getting a little bit more information, and you're wondering like, what is going on in this town? What they're saying true? And it was a cool movie. I enjoyed watching it because I didn't need all the loud action and everything like that. Like, if you want something subtle where you have to pay attention to what's being said, between all the characters. Again, you're following two characters for the most part of the movie, and you meet a couple of other characters, but they're not that important. But dialogue is really important in this movie. If you want something slower pace that you have to, pay attention to, this is the movie for you. Again, it's called The Vast of Night. It's on Prime Video. I enjoyed it. I recommend it for people to check out if looking for something a little bit more different. But thank you for listening. Deuces.